EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from Houston. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kendre Miller. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And this will stay a scoreless game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Third down, 3 to go. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Fourth down, and here's Penix. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the Cardinals first down. It's a gain of 12 facing fourth down.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
Penix now off the bootleg. A throw on the move is caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Now a run on first down. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go now.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. On 2nd down, Penix. Quick throw here is complete.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here is Penix. To the goal line and in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals. That touchdown gives him 18 on the season.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 1st and 10. He'll start the drive with Miller. Up the sideline to the 40. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. That's complete to the rookie 1st-round pick. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
All right.
On the handoff, this is Miller. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
All right.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud in trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Look the high, look the high.
Stroud. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 7-0 is our score. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's Miller. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Miller. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Buggy. Nike Texans. Why Tony?
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Texans are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Here comes a return from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Penix. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Penix. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stick with him again. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Penix. He's got it inside the 5. And the Cardinals are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
A run on 1st and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded just shy of the goal line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
11.
Now, Stroud. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
Now a give on the ground, and he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Brian Cook up in the safety spot to make the tackle. Two minutes to go here, till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing is Penix. He's got it at the 7. 11 yards for number 11. And a 1st down.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Now a give up the middle. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. stretch play, running right, and the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. They'll go with the sneak. Looking for that crease inside, and that did not break the play. No doubt about it. They are going to mark him short. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Cardinals move out to a 21-3 advantage. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get it to the 37-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Here's Stroud. He's going to air this one out. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
On second down, Stroud. That's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
Slot receiver headed right. On first down, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Here's Penix. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Cardinals will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports.
Jake Moody to kick off.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This fielded at about the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now Penix on third and long. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. The Cardinals lining up for punt. Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Now a screen set up for Miller. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Catch is made by Wright. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down for Houston.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Dell motioning over. On first down, it's Stroud. A pass taken in by Miller.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A second down throw for Stroud. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
All right.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. On the quick slant, it's caught by Tank.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On first and 10, it's Miller. And he's going to be taken down, but a marker is on the field, and we need to check this call.
All right. No.
Stroud. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
He pulls it in around the 5.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing third down at the moment. They'll try and run it here with Pierce. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down.
Robbie. Good.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on fourth down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. And now compounding the issue here, we're going to get a delay. That'll march them back half the distance, and they'll go from there. Throwing again from his own end zone. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
So a really interesting strategy here, Mike. So on first and second down, they decide to put the ball in the air, and they both result in incompletion. So now it brings up third down and long, real deep inside your own territory. At the very least, you're trying to give yourself some breathing room if you're unable to pick up this first down.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is third and 10. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Set to go now on first and 10. To throw again, it's Penix. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
From the gun, here's a handoff. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Third and long. out of the shotgun. It's Penix. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line. The Cardinals line up for a punt, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. Now fair catch called for and taken, and that sets them up in outstanding field position.
At the 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, south. Hey!
They'll run straight ahead with Miller. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
All right.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Hey!
Here's Stroud. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing.
And he's in. Takedown. Touchdown, Houston. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here is Penix. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. Looking to throw, it's Penix. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Penix now off the bootleg. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They're going to go play action with Penix. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. A handoff here, up the middle, and he's got another one. Touchdown, Arizona. His big game continues. His 3rd touchdown of this one. Numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the year. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Cardinals will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. First and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. That one caught by Tank Dell. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
A throw left side finds Dell. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Hey, south. Buggy.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Texans. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this. Second and 7.
Let's go. Trap 60, trap 60. 19 Lions. 65 yard, 65 yard.
They'll drop to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here we go, here we go.
Up the middle they go. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Down to an 8, and that will do it. They wrap up the regular season with a victory.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Let's go, defense!
So it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals. They finished the season on a high note, so now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.